So I was just wondering, why is it so goddamn hard to be a human being on planet Earth?
I just want to know, how am I supposed to live a fulfilling life? Because every life that I have ever created for myself leaves me feeling unfulfilled, empty, unhappy, and just altogether not wanting to exist on Earth. I just keep feeling like I want to go home, but no place on Earth feels like home. And I just want to know, like, when will I feel at home? I thought that I had found it, but as soon as the weather changed, everything else changed too. My feelings changed. And then talking to other people, they'll be like, well, sometimes you just gotta do some things that you don't want to do, to get where you want to be. No, you don't. And if that's the case, then I don't want to be here. I don't want to live a life that is not pleasing to myself. My soul is not happy. I cannot keep doing this.
I don't know about you. However, with me, I certainly don't belong on this planet. I belong somewhere else. And I'm trying to say Earth is really ghetto, but I'm not of this world. And when I came here, they told me that I have to pay to live. I have to pay to live. Are you kidding me? I was born into this. I shouldn't have to pay to live here. And then I don't even get along with the people here like that. Are you kidding me? The people here are absolutely crazy. Lots of times they have no emotions. They seem so far from what is considered to be human. I don't want to be a part of this experience. Are you kidding me? This is really the Matrix. And I want a refund from all of this. I want a refund. I want a refund.
Well, welcome to another day of I don't feel connected to anyone or anything. Am I losing my shit? I am honestly, physically, and mentally exhausted from being in a heightened state of awareness all the time. I am constantly in an understanding of what is going on around me, what people are trying to give or take from me, what their motives are, everything. But if I live in a heightened state of awareness, then why do I feel like there is no connection? Please. How do we help each other? It's like I wish that I was like the rest of these beings around me. But I believe that being in a heightened state of awareness all the time anxiety and depression, that's just what we call it. But there's something more. There's something bigger. I get so many people commenting about how they don't feel like they have anyone either. How they don't feel connected, how they don't feel real. And it actually breaks my heart to know that other people feel this bad. I've never been one to want to push my negativity onto anybody else. This is different. You can live thousands of miles away, but you feel just like me. And I want to know why. I want to know why those that feel like I do feel like we do.
Anyone else thought about the idea that we were all groomed from a very young age to be members of a cult? And by cult, I mean the idea of trading 40 to 50 years of your life for maybe 10 or 15 years of freedom once you're too old to actually enjoy it. And if you question this cult, if you question this traditional model that we were all tricked into believing was the only way to do things, you're considered crazy, or you're considered someone that doesn't really want to work, or someone that's lazy. And in reality, you're just trying to think critically and ask yourself, is this really the best way to do things? Is it really the best way to do things to spend 8 to 10 waking hours a day away from the people you love most, 5 days a week, and in return, you get 2 days. You get 2 days. And on those 2 days, you got to do all the things that you couldn't do during the previous 5 days because, again, you were busy working. Like, how is everyone okay with this trade-off? You trade 5 days for 2. You trade 40 to 50 years for 10 to 15, if you're talking about the average life expectancy in the United States. How's that a fair trade? And despite this, everyone goes along with it. Everyone signs up for that college tuition. Everyone signs up for them student loans. Why? I don't know. They probably don't even know why themselves. Because it's the only way to do things? It's not the only way to do things. It's just the accepted way to do things. It's just the way to do things when you fall in line and don't question.
Does anybody else find it strange that we're supposed to go to school, right, through high school, work really hard, get really good grades so that we can get into a good college, right? Then work really hard, get really good grades so that we can get a good job, right? And then work really hard so that we can get a raise. And then work really hard so that we can get a promotion. And then work really hard for a long time so that we can finally retire and then be happy and live life.
So not too long ago, I drove across the United States from the very northwestern part of the country to the very southeastern part of the country. So I saw a lot, and I think one of the craziest things was really witnessing how sick people in this country have become, not to their own fault, but seeing kind of the hopelessness of everything. It was pretty eye-opening, especially when you drive through smaller towns in, the middle of the country, where, they're kind of out there isolated, and you begin to understand, just how deep the poisoning goes. Of course, they've got us in the cities, right? They've really got us in the cities, but just the whole way that this country has been designed, the freeway systems, the fast food, the medical system, the pharmaceutical prescriptions that everyone has been put on, the corporate greed, and you can see it in the people. It's just like this, the life has been sucked out of these people, and it's heartbreaking. It really almost does feel like the zombie apocalypse. I mean, it is very, very eye-opening. So we gotta find a way to fix this, to heal each other, because what they've done is just, it's brutal. No sense of community, no connection. It was honestly kind of a shock to my system driving across this beautiful, beautiful country and witnessing how the system has really disconnected all of us to some certain degree.
I did an interview last night on a podcast called Cult of Conspiracy. And it was with two guys named Jacob and Jonathan. And I want to say thank you to both of them because they made the interview very fun. It was very relaxing. And it was just the second best interview experience that I've had since coming forth with my book and with the information regarding the reincarnation trick and the prison planet theory. The first good experience I had during an interview about the reincarnation trick and the prison planet theory was with a man named Ryan who has a podcast on YouTube. The name escapes me. My apologies, I'm not good with names. But Ryan, he has a podcast as well on YouTube, and I'll put his podcast in the comment section and in the description box below. And I had a phenomenal experience interviewing with Ryan for his podcast. And last night, for the second time, I also had a phenomenal experience interviewing with Jacob and Jonathan for the Cult of Conspiracy podcast. So I want to thank both Jacob and Jonathan for making last night's interview great. I even enjoyed the back and forth debating that Jacob and I did regarding religion. It was just a very good time. And both men are really bringing forth great content. And I put the link to their podcast in the comment section below, so people can subscribe and listen to them. I encourage people to listen to them and to listen to Ryan's podcast as well. Both podcasts are bringing forth very, very, very interesting content. So well done to Jacob and Jonathan and to Ryan. But something I talked about on last night's podcast, I wanted to address, well, two things I wanted to address, so people can better understand the topics of the reincarnation trick and the prison planet theory. Number one, the topics of the reincarnation trick and the prison planet theory, while it is for everyone, at the same time, it's not for everyone. What I mean by that is this. If you are someone who is deeply, deeply rooted in religion, whether it be Christianity, whether it be Buddhism, Hinduism, Mormonism, Judaism, Seventh-day Adventists, Latter-day Saints, Scientologists, all of those, all of those, okay? If you are someone who is deeply rooted in religion, the information of the reincarnation trick, prison planet theory is not for you. The reason why it's not for you is because you are not going to get this information. You are going to think that it's blasphemous. You are going to think that it's witchcraft. People who are deeply rooted into these earthly religions, they believe good people go to paradise or heaven and bad people go to hell. And that their God is an awesome God. He reigns and, God is good all the time. All the time, God is good. Allah is the greatest and all of this ridiculousness. That's what they believe. So, the reincarnation trick, prison planet theory is not for you. Now, with that being said, I'm not trying to reach those who are deeply rooted in religion. I did not write my book for you. So, I would encourage that if you are deeply rooted in religion, please do not buy my book, because you're going to read it and you're going to feel offended and you're going to feel that I am attacking religion, Christianity and all other religions. You are going to think that what's happening in that novel is witchcraft and blasphemous. The astral projection, the idea of remote viewing, the idea of lucid dreaming, the idea of Isbys having abilities. You're going to think it's all witchcraft. And so I encourage all those who are deeply rooted in religion, do not buy my novel, because you are going to feel attacked. You're going to feel offended by what is said in that book. Just like, for example, I do not, I've seen a few, because I had to see a few to be able to do further research on the reincarnation trick and the prison planet theory. But in general, I don't like superhero movies, Marvel movies, X-Men. I don't like them. Other than for research, I really have never watched them, and I don't intend to. So why would I watch an X-Men film and leave a bad review if because I didn't like the movie? If I didn't like the movie, why am I watching it? If I know that those type of films are not the type of films that I usually watch or enjoy watching, then why would I watch it? I'm watching just so I can trash it? No. So if I don't like superhero films, Marvel films, I'm not going to watch it, because it's nothing in those films that's going to appeal to me. Well, the same thing goes for those who are deeply rooted in religion. If you are deeply rooted in religion, why are you going to read my novel? Because there's nothing in there that's going to appeal to you. And so you're not going to like it. So You read it, you don't like it, and then you leave a trashy review. Not saying that anyone has done this yet, but just saying in case this happens. Why would you do that? If you know that this book goes against what your religion is, then don't read it. And so I am not trying to reach those who are deeply rooted in religion, because personally I feel it's a waste of time. You are talking to a brick wall when you're talking to them about the reincarnation trick, prison planet theory, because nothing or no one is going to take them off of their religious path. So it's a waste of time. Now, I'm sorry if that sounds harsh, but I have to keep it, as the young people say, 100. It is a waste of time, and I don't have time to try to convince these people that their religion is false. They will see that their religion is false when they go through the physical death and they think they're going to paradise or heaven, and they find out where they're really going. And it is not to hell either, but they're going through an endless reincarnation loop. That's when they will find out the truth. So let them find that out that way, because I don't have time for it. So with that being said, understand that. Now, secondly, I have seen people talk about the reincarnation trick and the prison planet theory, and they have said, well, since I know this information, it has made me feel so depressed, so sad. I can't even enjoy life anymore, because I know that life is this world is a prison planet, and it is a simulation. It is a simulation, and nothing is real, and it's all about, the only reason why we're here is because we're here to be a food source, and all the suffering and all. So I just all the joy in my life is gone, and I hate my life. I hate the world now. And everything is I'm just negative 24/7. I'm just, oh Lord, oh God, I can't believe I'm here. If you are in that type of state, that is the wrong type of state to be in. Because what you are doing is you are feeding the very deity who created this prison planet in the first place. Just because you know about the reincarnation trick and the prison planet theory does not mean that you can't continue on living and enjoy your life where you can find joy in life. It doesn't mean that you cannot continue to try to strive to be the best you can be in this life. It doesn't mean that. I myself, I know about the reincarnation trick. I know about the prison planet theory, and I like my life. I'm not going to say I like my life. I like the things that are in my life. I like the fact that I have a nice home, a nice car. I have a few friends and a few family members left. I like that. I do have a good life where I am thankful to the universe that I have a good paying job. I have money in the bank. So I have a good life, and I like the good things in my life. I continue to find joy in my life, happiness in my life, through avenues such as going out with family and friends, bowling, to the movies, roller skating, even though I failed 20-30 times roller skating because I haven't mastered roller skating yet. But I find the joys and the happiness in my life through outings and activities that I do with family and with friends, and a lot of times with myself. So I am living the best that I can in this life. I am finding the joy and the happiness and the fun where I can in this life. However, I also have the mindset that when I am done here via physical death, I don't want to experience this life here in this realm again. I have that in my mind. But with me knowing about the reincarnation trick and the prison planet theory, it doesn't make me, it hasn't made me get into a state of, this is a prison planet, so I guess, the world sucks, life sucks. All the joy is gone because, now I know what we're really here for. We're only here to be a food source. So oh, I'm so depressed. No, it hasn't made me do that at all. Because I know to be in that type of state, it gives Enki, who created this prison planet, exactly what he wants, which is loose energy. So, no, you shouldn't be that way. You find the joy and the happiness and the fun in this realm where you can. You try your best to live your best life. But through all of that, you're keeping in your mind that this is my last incarnation. It's just like, for example, and I'm going to piggyback off of what Howdy Mikowski said, because he said this. I didn't say this. Just want to put that out there for the record. He said, it's like you go to a party. You go to a party, and I believe I'm paraphrasing exactly what he said. You go to a party, you have fun at the party, and then you said, okay, I've had fun at the party, now I'm ready to leave. That's exactly the way it should be in this realm here. You're in this realm, you live the best life you can, you find the joy and the happiness and the fun in this realm where you can, but you're keeping in the back of your head that when I am done in this realm, I'm done. I'm not coming back here. The reason why you're keeping that in the back of your head, because number one, you did not originate from here in the first place. So you don't belong here. You did not originate here. You don't belong here in the first place. There is a realm where you really do belong. And that realm where you really do belong is a realm that you initially came from. It's called Pleroma, the free universe. And in that realm is 5 billion% better than this realm here. And so why would you want to come back down here to this realm when you weren't supposed to be down here in the first place? You did not originate down here. Why would you want to come back down here instead of going home after you leave this realm? The reason why you should want to go home is because even though you are able to find the joy and the fun and the happiness where you can in this realm, you're still surrounded by nothing but suffering and pain and toxicity. The toxicity comes from the racism between all races, because I don't take sides. Racism comes from all people: black, white, Latino, Hispanic, Mexican, Native American, Jewish, Italian. It comes from all people. You're still experiencing that. You're experiencing people who are acting as what they call like Karens or Kens. You're still experiencing violence and rage. You're experiencing physical pains. A lot of you all, I don't care who you are, rich, poor, happy life, beautiful life, you have had some mornings, some times where you have experienced physical pain, and I mean serious physical pain. You have had times where you have experienced mental pain and emotional pains, and so you're still surrounded by that. You're still surrounded by the fact that you have to pay to live here. If you do not pay to live here, you are going to wither away and die. And you're going to wither away and die painfully. So you're still surrounded by that. You're surrounded by the fact that you have to abide by rules that only you have to abide by. The 1% who are the rich and the wealthy, they don't have to abide by it, but you do. You are still surrounded in a world where you have animals who will kill you just sight unseen. So you're surrounded by, even though you're having these times where you're finding the joy and the happiness and the fun where you can, but you're still surrounded by nothing but suffering, toxicity, and pain. And so why would you want to come back down to a realm like that, where even though you are having great highs, but you're still surrounded by suffering, toxicity, and pain? And at times that suffering and toxicity and pain is felt by you. Why would you want to come back down here to that type of realm when you can go to a realm after? Whereas once you leave this realm, you can go to a realm where you never have to experience toxicity, pain, and suffering ever. Ever. So this is what I'm saying. No, do not go throughout life being depressed. If you can, do not do that. Don't go throughout life just, oh, this is a prison planet and all I'm here for is to be a food source. I'm just so, Oh God, I'm so sad. I'm just, oh God, I hate life. I hate this world. I hate it. I hate it. No, you're just negative. Don't do that. Because what you're doing is you are feeding Enki and his archons, and you're making them stronger, and you're being weaker. You're becoming weaker. No. Try your very best to live your very best life here. Your very best life. Find the joy and the happiness and the fun in this life where you can. When you can get it, get it. Where you can grab it, grab it. But always keep in the back of your mind, hey, even though I'm finding the joy and the happiness and the fun where I can, when I'm done here, I'm not coming back here. I am going home, because home is where I belong. Home is where I came from. Home is where I never have to experience grief ever again. Home is where I never have to have physical, mental, emotional pains. Home is where I never have to work again. I never have to pay another bill. I never have to pay groceries. I never have to worry about violence or racism or division or any of that. I don't have to worry about any of that. It's just, home is just bliss. 24/7, 365 days out of a year, 7 days a week. Eternal bliss. That's where I'm going to. I had fun while I was here, but now I'm done. That's what you should keep in the back of your mind. Here in this realm, you're going to have good times. Everyone has good times. Whether they're rich, poor, beautiful life, amazing life, you're going to have good times where you're laughing, where you're having fun, where you're finding joy, where you're finding happiness. But the times where you are experiencing toxicity and pain and suffering, it far outweighs all the times where you have experienced joy, happiness, fun, laughter, and all that. It far outweighs that. And so, knowing that that's the case, even through you having these fun, happy, joyous, good times, you are saying, I'm having all of this, but still, when I die here physically, I'm not coming back. There's nothing nor anyone that could convince me to come back down here, because I don't want to experience any times of toxicity, pain, or suffering, period. I don't want that. I want to have permanent happiness, joy, fun. And the only way to have permanent happiness, joy, and fun, and no bad times, no toxicity, no suffering, no pain, is to whereas once you have the physical death, you leave this realm, you go to Pleroma, the free universe, and you do not come back down here again. And so that's the type of mindset that you have. But no, do not go through life being gloomy because you know this is a prison planet. Because this is exactly why I don't like calling the reincarnation trick a trap. Because when you call it a trap, it makes people feel, well, damn, all of this violence I'm seeing and this hatred and people are so cold, and Christmas doesn't even feel like Christmas anymore, and there's anger and there's rage, and I got all these bills, and I mean, you have to work on these jobs, and people don't have health care, the veterans don't have this or that, and all of these things are happening, and you got animals killing, bears killing people, all these animal attacks, and I mean, it's inevitable. I mean, we're trapped. There's no way out of here. There's no way out of here. Oh, we're just trapped here. We're just trapped. We're just doomed to live this way forever. We're just trapped. No. See, that's the type of mindset that comes when you call this a trap. And so this is why I don't like calling it a trap, because you are not trapped. There is a way out of this. There is a way where you don't ever have to experience all of these things again. And because there is a way, that shows that there is no trap. It is a trick. You were tricked into coming down here and experiencing toxicity, pain, and suffering, as well as occasional highs. You were tricked, but you're not trapped, because you can get out. And so this is what I want people to understand. No, try to live your very best life. Try to find the highs, the happiness, and the fun where you can. Go out there. Go to the movies. Go roller skate. Well, unless you know how to roller skate. Unless you know how to roller skate, you know. But if you know how to roller skate, go roller skating. Go to football games, hockey games, basketball games. Go out there and have fun. Live your life. But always keep in the back of your mind that if you don't want to look around and you're seeing violence, you're seeing racism, you're seeing division, if you don't want to have to pay to get groceries or to get this or that, pay to live on this planet, if you don't want to have to hear about rage and all of these things, if you don't want to have to know that there are animals that are attacking humans, which that's not supposed to be either, but Enki has it that way on purpose. If you don't want to have to know and experience these things, that you don't have to. That once you go to the physical death, you don't have to come back down here and experience those things anymore. You can make this incarnation your last incarnation. Always have it in your mind that you don't have to come back down here again. You can go to a realm that is absolutely free of that. Whereas you're living your best life in that realm permanently, always. That's all you're living is your best life forever. Always keep in the back of your mind that that is a choice that you can choose. But continue to live your life. Continue to live your life. Don't let the reincarnation trick information and the prison planet theory stop you from living your life. But keep that in your mind. Hey, if I don't want to incarnate back down here again, I'm not. And I'm not going to. So this is what you should keep in your mind, because even though, as I stated, I like the good things in my life, and even though I have a good life, I still don't like this world. I don't like the violence. I don't like the crime. I don't like the division. I don't like the racism. I don't like that these animals, you go in the woods, you may get attacked and killed by a bear, or you may get attacked and killed by a mountain lion. I don't like that. I don't like that people have to pay to live here. I don't like that you have to pay for groceries. You have to pay for clothes. You have to pay for this and that. I don't like that people have to work every single day. They have to get up in the mornings and work, and sometimes they're working 2 or 3 jobs. I don't like that. I don't like the fact of a lot of things here. And so because I don't like this world, even though I have good things that I do like in my life, and even though I experience good things in my life, because I don't like this world, this is why I am not going to come back down here after I'm done here. I came here because I was tricked, and I've had a good time here, but because I've had an experience and seen more bad times than I've had good times, once I'm done here, that's it. Once one trip down here is enough for me. I'm done. I'm going back home. I've seen, I've experienced, and now I'm done. That's the type of mindset that you should have. And that is a positive mindset. It's not a negative mindset. It's a positive mindset, because you're spending your time here, having and finding the happiness, the joy, and the fun where you can. But when you're done, you're done. That's it. And I also want to address one last thing. When Billy Carson, who has now been proven to be a fraud, which I have always known he would. Billy Carson is a bunch of junk. But Billy Carson, when he came out and stated, what is the purpose of life? And he said the purpose of life is to bring heaven on earth and then to experience love. This is the biggest hogwash I've ever heard. You're never going to bring, first of all, there's no such thing as heaven. Let's get that out of the way. Christian term. But you're never going to bring Pleroma, the free universe, here to earth, because earth is controlled by Enki. And again, Enki created this earth to be a prison planet. So you can't bring paradise into a prison planet, which is, and when I say paradise, I'm not talking about the Christian version of paradise or the religious version of paradise. I mean, you can't bring the aspects of the free universe, Pleroma, to this prison planet. It's like if you are in prison and you're trying to turn, as I've stated before, you're trying to turn San Quentin into Disney World. It's not going to happen, because San Quentin has always been San Quentin, and that's never going to change, because the ones who are in control of San Quentin are not going to change it, and they're not going to allow anyone else to change it. So you can't change San Quentin into Disneyland. The same thing with Earth. You cannot change Earth. People say we can make this world better. No, you can't. No, you cannot. No, violence will be here until the end of time. Racism will be here until the end of time. Crime will be here until the end of time. Suffering, pain, all types of pain. It's going to be here until the end of time. So when Billy Carson says bring heaven to earth, number one, heaven doesn't exist. And number two, you're never going to bring the type of aspects of Pleroma here on this earth. So that's a lie. Number two, you're here to experience love. Okay, no, you're here to experience being a slave of loose energy. That's what you're here for. Enki did not put us into these physical bodies because he wanted us to experience love. That's please. Enki doesn't even love his own self. And he doesn't love his own self because Enki's insane. Enki hates himself and everyone around him. Enki put us in these physical bodies so that he can feed off of the loose energy that comes from these physical bodies through our emotions and through our behaviors. He can feed off of them. That's why he put us here. So that's why humans are here, to be a food source. But again, this should not depress you. This should not stop you from living your best life. While you are here, do your time here and try to do your best to have your time spent here to be filled with feelings of and experiences of happiness, joy, and fun. But understand that once you are done serving your time here, don't come back. Simple as that. Don't come back, because you know that there is a realm outside of this one, whereas the happiness that you had here doesn't even compare, not even to the slightest. It doesn't compare to the happiness that you can have in the realm where you initially came from, which is Pleroma. The happiness you can have there, whew, boy, it's something else. It is, it's indescribable. So that's what you should keep in your mind. So I just wanted to come and state this. To the people who feel like they are down and depressed, for those who state, and as you saw in one or two of the clips, you have people who feel, and they have thoughts of, I'm nothing, I have nothing to contribute, I have no purpose. You do have a purpose. Never think that you don't have a purpose. You do have a purpose. Again, this is what Enki wants you to think. Enki wants you to think that you aren't shit. Enki wants you to think that you have no purpose. No one will ever love you. You'll never matter to anyone. Enki wants you to think that, because when you think that, you will start believing that, which will put you in a low vibrational frequency, and out of that frequency comes loose energy. You are somebody. I don't care if you work at McDonald's and you live out of a cardboard box. You are somebody. You are a powerful Isby. You have to stop thinking that you aren't nothing. You have to stop thinking that you don't have your purpose. Your purpose is to be great. Your purpose is to gain gnosis so that you can be more powerful than the deity who created this shitty realm. That is your purpose. Your purpose is to eventually leave this realm and go to the Pleroma and continue to be great. That is your purpose. So for those who think I have no purpose, I'm nothing, I'm nobody, I'm nobody's favorite person, you may not. Number one, you are somebody's favorite person. I don't even know you, but you're my favorite person, because you are an Isby and I am an Isby, and we are connected outside of these bodies. There is a lack of connection among the masses today, and that's because that's how Enki wants it, and it shouldn't be that way. Always remember, I don't care if you're black, I don't care if you're white, I don't care if you're Italian, Latino, Jewish, Mexican, Native American, I don't care who you are. You are somebody. You are powerful. You're more than what you think you are. You have a purpose. You may not see it, but it's there. Your purpose is to be a powerful divine spark, a powerful Isby, a powerful light being that will be, and that powerful divine spark is more powerful than Enki. That is your purpose. Your purpose is to get the hell out of here when it's your time to leave, and to go home and continue to be even more powerful than you are down here. That is your purpose. That is your reason for being. And even though Enki put us in these bodies to be a loose energy source for him, but our purpose is to eventually leave and to be more powerful. That is our purpose. That is our new calling. Especially once you learn about Gnosis, then you understand that that is your new purpose. That is your new purpose as a divine spark. Once you learn about the reincarnation trick and the prison planet theory, then you learn that that is your new purpose, to get out of the matrix when it's your time to leave, to get out of hell, which this is a hell realm, when it's your time to leave, and to go home and to be more powerful home than you were down here. That is your purpose, your new purpose, once you learn about the reincarnation trick and the prison planet theory. So never think that I have no purpose. You do, because you just don't realize you have a purpose, because for a lot of people, they haven't come into the gnosis of the reincarnation trick and the prison planet theory. So you just don't realize, you don't know yet that you have a purpose, but you do. And you are important, and you do matter. Never think, oh, I don't matter to anybody. You do matter. I don't, those around you, you may not matter to them, but you matter to me, and I don't have to know you. I don't have to know you personally for you to matter to me. You matter to me. You matter. You're important. You're somebody. And you're my favorite person because of the fact that you are a divine spark. You are a powerful light being, and all powerful divine spark light beings, all Isbys, they are my favorite people because I know their potential. I know what they can be. So this is what I wanted to say. And I do want to say this lastly, for those who have asked and who continue to ask, why is there suffering? Why is there pain in this world? Why is there death? Why is there violence? Why is there crime? It is because this is a prison planet. This is a hell realm. This realm here is the lowest plane of existence. And that's why there's suffering. That's why there's pain. That's why there's death. That's why there's violence. That's why you have to pay to live here. That's why there's jobs, because it is a prison planet of suffering. Because out of that suffering comes loose energy, and this planet will always be this way. 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years in the future, it's going to still be the same way. So for those who don't understand why this planet is this way, this is why. This is why the world is so cold. This is why this world is so cruel. This is why there's no connection among the people, because Enki has made it that way. Enki has even gotten into the minds of people and told people, mind your business. That person, don't be connected with them. That's not your brother or sister. That's just someone you work with. Or that's not your brother or sister. That's just your neighbor. You stay to yourself and let them stay by themselves. Enki has put that in people's minds. And so with him putting that in people's minds, people feel that they're not connected to each other. This is why you heard the man say in one of the clips at the beginning, there's no connectedness between people. That's why. People are so disconnected from each other. That's why. Because the thought of being disconnected from each other has been put in their minds. By who? By the one who created this realm, Enki. So this is why the world is the way it is. This is why you have animals. And I wanted to state this as well. Animals were never meant to attack and kill what you all call humans. Us humans, which I call us Isbys. It was never meant to be that way. But Enki was the one that created animals to be that way. where you go in the woods and you get attacked and or killed by a mountain lion, a bear, or what have you. Enki put it in that way, because during that attack, during the time that you are being killed by that animal, you're feeling pain, you're feeling anguish, loose energy. That attack in and of itself is emitting loose energy. So Enki even gets loose energy from that. So this is why this world operates the way it does. This is why this world is the way it is. It's because this is Enki's realm of a prison planet. This is Enki's realm. And his realm is a prison planet of suffering, pain, and toxicity. This is why I say, find the joys, find the happiness, find the fun when you can. But when your time is up here, make this your last incarnation, and you don't have to see or experience the pain, the toxicity, and the suffering again. You don't have to be in this prison planet realm again. And so that's the type of mindset that you should have. So I hope I have made it clear, because some people may hear the Cult of Conspiracy podcast and kind of get confused by what I said yesterday. So I wanted to try to make it clear so people can understand. Knowing this information should not make you feel low or negative. Again, this information should empower you to understand that you have the power and you have the choice, and that you have a place that you can go to once your time is up here. And that place that you go to is absolutely wow. It is, words can't describe how amazing it is. That's what this information should bring to you. So this is what I wanted to say. Thank you all for listening. Please leave your comments below. Discuss among yourselves about what I have said in this video. And until next time.